Hi everyone. Today we have a special guest here, Tank, who is gonna discuss with us about some cross-cultural management issues. Let's have Tank to introduce himself. And Tank, would you please tell us where you're from and when did you come to Australia, and anything you would like to talk about yourself?
Yes, it's my pleasure to take this video. My name is Tang. I come from China. When I come to Australia since 2010 with my father. Before, because my father doing business in here before, so when I graduated from my bachelor degree, so I finished the bachelor degree and come to Australia. Uh, uh, I'm done the TAFE course of the customer brokerage. The major course is learning the customer brokerage course and for the Australia customers. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you said that you came to Australia since 2010 with your parents.
Yeah.
Would you mind to share with us about what's your impression towards Australia before you actually came here?
Um, Before I came to Australia, I think in Australia, Australia is a white skinned people country. So we must speak English in Australia. But when I arrived to Australia, um, anywhere is in Chinese, from airport, from the restaurant, from the shopping center. So anyway, in Chinese. So I can use Chinese um, smoothly than English. So I think this is biggest mm, the culture shock
Mm-hmm.
in Australia. And the second one is before I came to Australia, the first city I live in Australia is Sydney. So before I came to Australia, I think Sydney is a big city in the world. So it's something like the New York, something like the Shanghai, something like the Hong Kong is a biggest city in the world. But when I arrived to Australia, when I live in the Sydney, uh, the both the life and the workings the it's very slow than in China, in Shanghai, in Hong Kong. I think this is the second thing, and the third thing is about the driving. So in China, um, you can the driver the driving the car on the road. If the road is two lane driving road, so in China maybe the four car can drive in the two-lane road, but in Australia two-lane only the two driver can driving on the road. Yeah.
All right, so what you trying to say is like in Australia, people follow the regulations. That's
Yeah.
all right. I remember you shared with me like you started your own business. Would you like to tell us about like what kind of business you did, and then when did you decided to start your business, and what do you do about that?
Yeah, I'm starting running my current business. My current business is from the 2017. So before I do this business, I'm working for a freight forwarder for 5 years. So I'm now doing the small business of the e-bike like this green shoes. We do all the electric bicycle, electric scooters, and electric the transportation tools. So uh, when I starting this business, I think this one has big future, bright future in Australia. Even this one is already done in China 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but in Australia is the new things, new things in Australia.
So, since you start your own business, we know that you've been working with different colleagues that are from different kinds of cultural background. Would you mind to share with a little bit about your colleague and who your colleagues are, where they're from, and if there's any sort of issue that you have with dealing with different kinds of people?
For colleagues, for staff or colleagues, I don't think it is very hard to working with them. I'm working with the Chinese people and the Taiwan people and the local people before and now. So if you need to talk with the local people, like the white skin people, you need to talk more than you talk with the Chinese people, because we speak the Chinese, our native language. But if you talk with the local people in Australia people, they're born in Australia, so we need to talk more. We need to explain more. We need to explain more detailed things.
Okay,
Detailed
so
things.
more instructions
Yeah.
about how to do things.
Yeah,
That,
yes. And tell him what he need to do and what he need to do after that.
okay.
Yeah. But if you need to talk with Chinese people, you talk with another people, you just say, you can do these things and you can do that things, but they know what is next step,
Okay.
next things they want to do.
So you mean if you're dealing with the Chinese colleagues, if you say a simple idea, they were more imaginative about how things should be done as the next step, and maybe they can process the whole things for you instead of you as a person giving multiple instruction to the
Yeah.
local staffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing is local people, in my opinion, local people is more lazy than the the Chinese people or another country of the
In
people.
which way?
From the work, from the maybe I give a job to the local people. He if he doesn't want to do that, he can get so many excuses for that. And I give a job to a local people, same job. Local people maybe take 1 day or 2 days to finish that, but for the Chinese people, for the another people, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours can finish that.
Okay, so you mean they probably have a different conceptions about time of doing things,
Yeah.
and then so that's why there is a different kind of tempo on the working.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about your customer? Where your customer are normally from? Who do you like to deal with the most? Like, do you have a favorite, like a culture group that you really like to enjoy business with them, or?
Yes. Our customer is because we do the wholesale and retail, both wholesale and retail. So our customer is we got a wholesale customer and we got a retail customer. This is different. So our major wholesale customer is for example, they're doing the food delivery company, and they're doing the restaurant like the Domino, like the Uber Eat. Like another food delivery company called Easy. You can see the yellow bike
Jacket, yeah.
everywhere in city. So this company is cooperate with us currently. So if I also dealing with the individual people who comes to our warehouse directly and buy our e-bikes. So it is when you talk with them, because different people you can use different way to talk to them. Like if you talk with the Chinese customer, you can just show the product first, then tell them the price. If they accept the prices, they will buy that. If they don't accept prices, they will bargain to you. But if you give give the Chinese people a little bit discount, they are happy to buy that. But if I dealing with the local people, like after I introduced my product, the first thing they concern about is a safety. It's a product safety things. It's not the price. It's not a price. So I need to mention the safety things. I mention safety things for this customer.
So safety things, safety principles first, and then you bring out the price, and then you start the bargain.
Safety and the legal things.
Safety and the legal thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Have you been doing any sort of business in China before? Do you find is there any sort of difference doing business in these two different countries?
Yes, absolutely, yes. So it's a big difference. So in China, people doing business on the three tables. The first table is a meeting table. The second table is dining table. Dining table. And the third table is under table. So yeah,
so which one goes first, and then what's next? And what's the difference?
The first thing is a meeting table. After the meeting table, you can ask your customer or your business partner come to the restaurant, have the dinner. After the dinner, if they're happy with your business and happy with the meeting, then if you want to go further with them, then you can do the under table things.
Like what?
Yeah, like maybe give them some gift, money or gift, or the wine or the cigarette or something else.
Okay.
Yeah, but in Australia, you do business. Business is business. You talk business in the business hour.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not in the after hour.
Okay.
After working hour. In China, the people doing business most time is in the after working hour.
Okay.
Yeah, in the evening. But in Australia, you do business in the business hour, in the daytime, and all the things it's not on the table. It's on the table. So you can talk with your business partner or your customer directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you find it easier to deal with them directly, or you found that the Chinese way is easier to do business? What do you think?
You do business in Australia is easier than in China. So this is the biggest difference. This is the biggest difference. You do business between China and Australia, but we do the import things. We do the import the product or import the spare parts from China to Australia. So we still need to dealing with the Chinese people, Chinese businessmen, and we still need to dealing with the Australian businessmen. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do the both.
Okay. Do you find it difficult, because you don't engage your local partner into your daily life, like the evening dining culture? Do you find it difficult to maintain your relationship with them, or you found it easy? It's much better. It's a better way to do business.
I think keep a good relationship with your customer or your business partner is very easy. You just you need to catch up with them maybe couple of weeks or couple of months, something. Yeah, and just send them a short message, say how are you and how are you doing, how your business. So it's very easy to keep the good relationship with your business partner. But in China, you need to give them the gift.
Yeah.
Give them a gift card or give them money or give them something
Dinner
to
treats.
to keep this relationship.
Any other suggestion that you can give to the future, maybe Chinese or people from other countries that migrate to Australia and they wanted to do their business in this country. Is there any suggestion or advice you can give them? What do you think?
Don't do the business in Australia if you have permanent job.
What do you mean if they
'Cause-
have permanent job?
Yeah, because in Australia, both the labor cost, both the living cost, both your business running cost is very high. So if you have a stable permanent job, if your salary is okay,
Just take it.
I don't suggest people to do their own business, because their own business, the money is not stable. Yeah, it's not stable income. So because in Australia, the three major things. If people want to do their business, don't do these three major things. The first thing is high labor costings, like the warehouse, like the restaurant, yeah. And the second thing is the higher services things, like our product, because every product in Australia, they need every product in Australia, they have give customer the warranty for the product. So if the product is still under warranty, then the customer come back to you and say, this and that. But actually, it doesn't cover by the warranty. In Australia, it got the department is called the ACCC. So ACCC is protect the customer, but all the businessmen doesn't like the ACCC, because the ACCC give you a lot of the restrictions. Yeah, so if the customer unhappy with your product, they can return the product to you. Yeah, it is a high cost for you. So, and the second thing, the third thing in Australia, to do business, for the businessman to do business in Australia is a high cost things, high product cost things.
High product cost.
Yeah. So like because every shipping container is our cost is it's nearly 1 million, half million of the product cost. So because you need to put the 500,000 in the product first, then you can get the profit. So it is very hard. So if I suggest to the people, if they still want to do the business in Australia, they must have the innovative thinking and the creative thinking.
Okay, and a lot of funds.
Yeah, a lot of funds.
To support the
business. They can create the things people didn't do before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Tank, for sharing with us his thoughts about the cross-cultural management and also part of his life experience with us. And thank you so much again.
Thank you.